And I have to say I've never met him. We've been doing this show since 2014, the year he announced his retirement. Semi-retirement, I guess. But I've never met him. Hope to one day. I guess if I ever meet him, I want to say, hey man, thanks for, I don't know if you know about this, but you fed your family, you fed mine too. My 4 kids. He knows about the show, and his road manager, Tommy Foote, late road manager, actually booked a couple of shows for us, so I know he knows about the show. We try to do a decent job and don't act like fools on stage, so he allows us to get away with it. And I hope to meet him someday. People ask me how I got into this, and I've always been like a lead guitar player and a singer in a band since I was 18, which was only 10 years ago. But it's been a while. And I was working at a theater. I called it the sister theater of Granbury Live because it was the Rock Box Theater in Fredericksburg. And back when the Granbury was cranking, that was the same cast basically moved over to Fredericksburg and became the Rock Box. And so we started the show over there. I started working there in 2010. 2014, we started doing the George Strait show, and then hooked up with some guys from Houston, and we've been out on the road ever since. We've taken it all over the place, taken it from Canada down to Mexico and all over the United States. Was just out in California. It's always interesting. California's a beautiful state, but y'all may not know this, but Californians are a little different than Texans. Just a little. Now, not so much you get into Bakersfield, it feels like Texas, but LA, we were in LA. I had to go see Marina Del Rey, and I rented a car flying into LAX because I had a show in Anaheim. And rented this car and got to the car, and it had these Texas plates on it. It's a Ford Explorer, I think. And it had a navigation system and all, so it took it up to Marina Del Rey because I wanted to see it. I've heard the song all my life, And there's a line in there that says, on a hidden beach under a golden sun, she spread a blanket that we lay down on. So I wanted to see it, but the beach must have been really hidden because I never found it. And there's a lot of hotels, a lot of condos, a lot of cement, rather disappointing. So I turned around, went back, heading toward Anaheim, and the navigation system kept putting me in the HOV lane. And so I thought, well, maybe I'm going to exit, but I never would exit. And anyway, I got pulled over by California Highway Patrol. And I exited, and he came up, so help me, it was Frank Poncherello from Chips. Eric Estrada himself. True story, had sunglasses on. And anyway, I had luggage in the front seat, so I thought I had a passenger. That's what the deal was. But as he came up, so I'm telling you this very long story to tell you the difference. This is a great example of the difference between Californians and Texans, okay? So as he comes up to the vehicle, first thing out of his mouth is, "Sir, are you from Texas?" I'm like, how the hell does he know I'm from Texas? But he didn't run the plate, and it was a rental car, so had the Texas plates on it. And the second thing, I said, "Yes, I am." And then he asked, "Do you have a firearm in the vehicle?" Of course. I said, no, I just told him the whole thing. Anyway, he let me go with a warning. Same trip, flying back into Texas, back into Austin. And I was going through Giddings at about 11 o'clock at night, got pulled over by a sheriff's department and in my vehicle. And I had a tail light out I didn't know about. And he comes up, says, gave him a driver's license. He says, "Sir, do you have a firearm in the vehicle?" I was like, "No, sir, I do not." And he said, "All right, hang on." And he went to his car, came back, and he gave me a 38 Special. I said, "You might need this around here this time of night." So that represents the difference pretty well, I think. Anyway, I trickled on back there. Is this the love song? So this is a song. It's every time we play this, I always have somebody come up after the show and they tell me